and I wasn't around this weekend, unfortunately. But HOA court was supposed to take a bench trial because Stan was suing me. And Tessa,
is he still suing you?
I don't know. I would love to still go through HOA court. And I had a really good lawyer that was the lead for DA, pretty much saying that he was suing me over the fact that marshmallow should not be on top of yams. You know, that whole thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he thought that was disgusting and awful that I would even say such a thing. So he was going to sue me, and Tessa had the ultimatum that if I won the HOA court, he would remove my attempted murder charge.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, if I won that, so I was supposed to have HOA court, it never happened. So I got in this dress, and Emma dressed up similarly, and we were supposed to go and have this happen, and it never did. I still want to know if he would be willing to maybe let it happen. I should probably call Stan, because if I could get that off my record, I'll hold off on the expungement.
Hold on. Is your father around still?
I don't know. I tried texting him, and he tried fucking over my relationship, so I never really tried reaching out to him. Kid, how you doing today? What's
Let's
going
see
on?
if your old man's around.
He fucked over my relationship and then decides to go to sleep. He does know the phone works both ways, right?
Yeah, it's your father.
Uh-huh.
Your father doesn't answer anything.
Quite literally.
As far as things go, involving you and Emma, did you like this girl?
I do.
All right. If you like this girl, still got to go what your father thinks. All right. If he's got an issue with it, you come tell him to talk to me, and I'll talk to your dad.
I mean, I'd like to talk to my dad myself. I understand everyone wants to, take a step forward and like,
hear
me out. And no matter what happens, if it's something like family related, people are always like, oh, let me know if something happens. I'll talk to Matt. That's all great and all, but I haven't actually had a face-to-face talk with Matt. He actually shot a warning shot at me today.
Your father shot at you.
Yep.
Hey, all right.
So I was on the phone. There was like kind of cop cars scattered over at Q. And there was one that was like on, like, it was weirdly placed over by like the courthouse, but it was like off the side. And I didn't really know what was going on. But I was on the phone with Lexi talking to her, which I have to call her back actually. And I started running up while talking to Lexi, and Matt went, "Flop, move away," and he started shooting at me. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't realize there was an active situation happening at the courthouse. I needed to go to the courthouse to check something real quick.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
All right. I'll let you deal with your dad. If he don't listen to you,
Yeah.
you tell him to come talk to me.
Absolutely.
As far as Emma goes, don't listen to your father. Go apologize to your broad. Tell her you love her. If you guys are at that point, hold her fucking close. And tell her whatever my fucking dad said, he's just fucking... He's gone spun. He shot at me today.
I should play him out to be a psychopath?
Not a psychopath.
Like, that would actually work.
It would.
I'll just say that, his personality has changed. He's sporadic. When the slightest little inconsistency happens, he explodes and he loses his mind and he yells and he screams and he...
All right, let's not do that.
Okay.
We don't want to paint your father to be a fucking lunatic, because then she ain't going to want to be a part of your family.
I can just say there's a reason why I haven't spoken to my dad in 4 months.
Oh, that's just because your father's an asshole.
I know, but this works out perfectly. We're painting the perfect photo right now.
But say, hey, listen, my dad's been hard at work. Things have been going on in his head. Today he shot at me, for fuck's sake. The guy's, he's going nuts. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just trying to protect me. I'm his baby boy. I'm sorry for it. I hope you can understand. Can we go talk? Then you go take her somewhere. You go for a nice fucking talk. Go to the fucking boardwalk. Go stand in the sunset or something. Talk to her. She's your girl. If you and her see eye to eye, and she really does care for you, all this shit we put aside.
We gotta kidnap Matt.
Flop, you've never had a worse idea in your life.
You don't think so?
Kidnapping and off. Flop? Pal?
Uh-huh.
You want me to smack you on the right side of your face or the left?
Let's go with neither. I was just making a mere suggestion to say, what if we scare tactic him into, being okay with this whole relationship, you know?
So we're gonna kidnap your father after your other father was kidnapped, brutally tortured, and put into the hospital for a very long time.
By probably Thomas Dwayne.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Mm-hmm. I didn't tell you about this?
No.
Izzy told me something, and it was one of the... I didn't believe it at first. Apparently, from what Lauren Forster was saying, and because Izzy made a comment about something about Thomas while she was going to jail for street racing. And, I kind of had a little, exchange words, I guess. And apparently, Lauren turned around and said, well, Thomas is, she said something along the lines of, well, do you really know who Thomas is? Do you know what he's done? And she's under the impression that Thomas was the one to kidnap Dark. And I hate to say it, but I have no other reason to believe otherwise. Not like Thomas is here to defend that. And honestly, I don't think he needs to be here to. I look back at that day and I think about it. He was the only one to know about the meetup location. Is it possible that he used me to get to my dad? And then after having my dad brutally tortured and ICU'd, is it possible that he just happened to use me to,
What if he used your dad to get to you?
That's what I'm saying. What if I read this entirely wrong and I just... I think I read it wrong, see?
Listen, whatever happened, it happened. Your dad's still here. He's back in your life. And honestly, he's the only parent who seems to fucking care.
I don't know. Matt seems to care about my relationship.
Matt seems to care when it seems appropriate for him to care. All right, that's a Matt issue. That's been a Matt issue for a very long time. It's the only time that you'll see Matt is when he thinks it's time for him to care. I'm sorry, it's the fucking blatant truth. Back in the day, all right,
You're not
before
wrong.
your parents got married, all right, the day, actually, of their marriage, your father, I hadn't seen your father walking around like a fucking stiff in a suit in a long time, but he was worried. He was worried because he said, he comes to me and says, hello, Drosy, Doc he won't propose to me. I said, all right, well, what's your issue? He's like, I don't know. I don't think he loves me. I said, Matt, relax. Figure something out. Why don't we try to, scare tactic him into it? Yeah? And lo and behold, your father offered me $5,000. I dressed up in a nice suit. I showed up at the pillbox in front of everybody. We made sure your father was there. I got down on one knee and I said, Matthew Rhodes, you are the light to my dark. In front of your father, Doc. It's a little play on the words. Will you be my lawfully wedded husband? And right then and there, your father turns to me and shoves me out of the way and goes, Matthew, I love you. And they ended the thing and got hitched. Lo and behold, love does stupid things. We all do stupid things.
And then they were 76 to the bedroom.
And then they 76'd a hot amount. There was a lot of Ocean Kings.
There was probably a
happening in
lot
your
of
bedroom.
1050s.
Someone 1050'd. There was a slip and slide in one of the bedrooms. But I digress. To the Thomas Doyne thing. If he ever comes back, we'll take care of it. But until then, you've got your family here. You got good health. You're gonna buy a fucking Lamborghini soon. How many people in your situation can say that they're living their life as good as you?
You know, see, when you put it like that, you're not wrong. I'm very lucky right now to be in the position I'm in. I was in a very bad, and no pun intended, but I was in a dark place for a large bit of my life. You were there through thick and thin, and you know, I look back at that, and I guess you could say I really admired looking back at where I was and where I am now. I'm trying to clean up my act a little bit, trying to not be so imperfect. I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of what I'm getting into. You know, it's been hard. See, it's been very hard, and the part that's difficult, and I know you're gonna say that that's the, you know, the control that he tried to have over me, and you're 100% correct. If what I believe is what I believe, and it happens to be true, is 100% correct. But one of the hardest things that I've been dealing with is trying to find a way to move past having that person to always be there as guidance for me. You know what I mean? Like I like, if I ever had a problem, it was always to go to Thomas. And that's just what it was. And I think one of the hardest things is trying to, even to this day, go back to, I guess, forming my own opinions and not having, you know, Thomas say, don't worry, or we'll do it together, or well, tell me about it. I guess having that go-to is not there. And it's not like I liked it all the time, but knowing that it was there was comforting. And I've really tried my best over time to grow my independence, and it's become viciously difficult. But I'm very proud to say that I'm very happy with the life I'm living right now. I have a girl that I like, and she likes me. I have a good family. I only tried stabbing Cody once in the last 3 weeks, which is pretty good. It's like a new record. You know, I got good friends. I got family.
You're repeating yourself.
I know. I mean like family friends, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, not blood related, but you get it.
I know. Listen.
I don't know.
Imperfections are what makes us who we are. Trying to get rid of your imperfections aren't gonna make you a better person. It's not gonna make you perfect either. Because you getting rid of your imperfections isn't gonna make you into Flop Dugong. It's gonna make you into fucking Chop Kukong. Alright? It's gonna make you into someone who you aren't. It's gonna make you into somebody no one wants to be around. You worry too much about these small issues. Like, you know, you're thinking, oh, I don't have my own opinion. I went to Thomas for everything. And that's incorrect. That's incorrect. You've always had your own opinion. Your opinions may have been versed by others and kind of twisted, but they were still your opinion. You believed it. So no matter how fucking far you look to the future and say, I want to be someone different, unless you come to terms with who you are today and who you were before, the Flop of tomorrow is just going to be someone you don't know. So, don't ever think so low of yourself. What's going on, Izzy? How you doing, sweetheart? Just having a little conversation with someone. What are you up to? No, don't worry about it. I don't think they mind.
I miss Izzy.
How about 10 minutes from now? Me and you we'll meet Chumash Pier. How's that?
Nice, the murder pier.
No, sweetheart, don't worry about it. You don't gotta worry about that. It's good to hear your voice. Yeah, see you in 10. All right, ciao. Remember who you are. Don't let no one tell you who you can't be. When I made you that offer, I made it for you to take a step forward in life. Not a step backwards. I said that you wouldn't have anyone above you ever again, and yes, technically that was a lie. You'd be working under me. But you'd also be working with me. I wouldn't be your puppeteer pulling your strings. We'd be pulling the strings together. There's a lot of things you gotta realize, Flop. As you try to grow into a man and be your own individual, you gotta make tough decisions. Decisions that you may regret, that you will then have to fucking deal with yourself. Something that you, yourself, have had an issue doing in the last little while. When I got out of my coma a few months ago, I was battling inner demons. I was battling convictions. And I pushed everyone away so that no one would get hurt. All I knew is that I wanted to do to Bryce what he did to me. Get him to the edge of fucking death's doorstep and make him knock a couple times. But now, after everything that I've gone through, keeping his fucking marriage together, now watching it separate, and making sure he stays afloat, I've condoned for my sins. Now it's time for you to figure out a way to condone for yours. And love who you are.
I think it's gonna take some time, but you're right.
Hey, Rome was never built in a day, kiddo.
This is also true.
Look how long it took me to win back Bryce's trust. The guy couldn't even stand my face, let alone hearing my voice.
I'm sure he still has opinions and feelings, but it's definitely a talking basis and a meeting basis, and that's huge. It might even be a fucking friend. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But you gotta work towards what you want. Set a goal and work towards it. My father was a real fucking dickhead, Flop. He was a real fucking prick. But he said one thing to me that I'll never fucking forget. You wanna know what that was?
What was that?
He says, Calogero, you dumbass sack of shit. You know the one thing that's worth anything in this life? I said, what, Dad? He says, talent. And potential. I said, what does that have to do with me? He says, the most awful thing you can think of is squandered, wasted potential. Don't waste yours. You've got so much of it, kiddo.